I think the great thing about this layout in particular is that it's impossible to really narrow it down what we're using it for. Because we've reused it for so many different things.
It's just a good all-rounder when we just need something.
It is. Wobbly worked really hard on this, and by God, we will use it. But we are back at it again. This segment won't take too long. Just gotta wheel in the logo real quick.
That's right, you can't escape it, it's back!
We're back with more clown-to-clown communication.
The segment's so nice that we have to do it twice.
Yes.
Twice, plus.
Plus, etc.
Yeah,
I'm still very proud of that art.
It's so good.
So, as a reminder of what clown-to-clown communication was, and we'll probably continue to do this segment because it is a lot of fun, we have essentially set up a game of telephone, where each of us took it in turns to set up a few prompts with some AI art. In the process of generating AI art with Crayon, you often get a grid 3x3, 9 different images, some of them good, some of them bad. The goal for this game is for us to find the best image that represents the prompt and the worst image that represents the prompt. And then we would take it in turns to send that image to the next person in the chain, who has to discern what the prompt is and continue the thread.
It's basically broken telephone, but with AI images.
Yeah.
You give the worst thing that you create to the next person, who then tries to divine what the fuck it is, and then they pass the worst thing from that on to the next person, and so on. Hello, welcome on in, Xandravanda and your friends.
Welcome on in immediately after we've finished explaining what's going on. Good luck.
Basically,
That's the best way.
This is AI telephone.
Absolutely. So let's get the logo out of here.
No.
We have a number of threads. Might jump around just a little bit. I want us to see all the threads, but not necessarily in the same order that we've seen them before. So let me get my images loaded up, and then we'll jump right into it. So I'm going to start with this thread. They don't know which one I'm going to pick. I think it's a lot more fun, because what you have to understand is I'm really the only person who's seen all of these images already. They submitted the images to each other, but I'm the only one who collated them together. And so I think one of the fun things about this segment is getting hit with an image and realizing, oh god, is this where that thread started?
You looked upon your kingdom, and your kingdom is just really fucked up.
I've seen this in a fever dream one time.
Okay, so I've got my first set loaded, and I'm going to share with you what my prompt was. This is one of the threads I started, and so the thread started with Simon Belmont unclogging a toilet with a plunger.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Which
There's
did
a sweeping realization.
Yeah. So this one actually didn't generate any images I would consider outright good, but it did give me this, which isn't outright bad either.
So it's more of a snake than a plunger.
I think it was really trying to capture Simon Belmont's whippiness.
Uh-huh.
So this is what it gave us. I chose this image not because of the toilet or the plunger. I chose it because of the face.
The plunging star.
It's a real problem.
Kind of a winky
It's
face.
a real problem face.
What's the bonus face on his bicep?
It did also generate this image, which I thought would be a real fun direction for us to head. The prompt
no.
completely forwent the idea of trying to plunge the toilet with a plunger, and instead saw him just absolutely getting in there. Now, Wobbly was the person who I sent this one to. Wobbly, do you remember what you thought of this image?
I'm pretty sure I see what everybody else sees here, and it is Simon Belmont climbing into a toilet.
Yeah, heroically climbing into a toilet. WikiHow.
There's something about the color palette.
Thank you. I totally see it. As soon as I saw what you wrote, I said, no, I get it. I absolutely get it. So that gave Wobbly this. I'm not sure I see the heroicism, but also
The heroicism is that he's peeling the toilet back.
Oh yeah, a very powerful Simon Belmont ripping the toilet apart. But then we got this in the process.
And that's extremely WikiHow.
Yeah.
I think I see where this went.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and tell you that everyone else in the remainder of this thread really did get the WikiHow vibes.
It just has a certain color palette.
It really does.
It's that weird mint green of information.
So Sanguinary gave us WikiHow to fight a Conan the Barbarian blow-up doll portrait screaming. Sorry
That's too long.
Sorry that my text box isn't showing the full girth of that prompt. Hold on, let me
What a horrible night to have a clog.
let me make this box a little bigger.
Oh, thank you. I trust you to put in all of the amazing words that will generate the beautiful things.
Well, if the people at home want to generate some of these images themselves, they're going to need to know the full prompt.
You gotta love that banger of a track, Poopy Tears.
Okay, so this gave Sanguinary this beautiful image.
Oh my god, what?
It's kind of got that really uncomfortable, too much detail in the mouth thing.
I really hate that he's got like 7, 8 eyes going on there.
Yeah, it's like
a little guy.
the forehead ripples.
Yeah, I was thinking it was just a very furrowed and angry brow.
Sanguinary saw fit to send the following to Red, however.
No. Oh no.
Yeah.
Hey, Red, what did you think of this image?
I thought that it was Hulk Hogan, and he appeared to be eating some sort of small mammal or tin can.
Yeah, he's like a goat.
WikiHow, Hulk Hogan unhinges his jaw to eat a mouse.
Very good.
Yeah, these are very like Clash of _ mobile game app images, like logos. That's absolutely right. Insane.
None of them are
Insane.
gonna be the pull the pin game.
Insane is absolutely right. So this gave us this.
Oh god, this kicks ass.
This
That's
does roll.
shockingly accurate.
Yeah, I can see why Red might have chosen this one as the perfect photo. But also this. Still Hulk Hogan, for sure.
I just thought it was really funny, like how, like I had ones that were like less Hulk Hogan, but the fact that he was just kind of like having this like thoughtful expression about some feet.
Yeah, he's like sitting in the stadium and someone in the row above him put his feet on the back of his seat and he's like, I'm gonna fucking lose it, brother.
I was thinking
Hulk
more
Hogan
about like,
attends Alabama Little League game. WikiHow.
you mean the Chaos Emeralds kind of look to him?
So, as always, here's where we started, and here's where we ended. And hopefully this ride has shown you how we got from one place to the other. So, let's go ahead and take these images off the screen. I'm going to load the next one up.
This is always just a wild window into the minds of our co-hosts on this one.
Yeah, it's very like the Inkblot kind of thing.
Yeah.
So next up we have a thread started by Red, and Red wanted to know what Snoop Dogg would look like in Team Fortress 2.
You know, good question.
A question we've all asked ourselves at one point or another. That gave us this.
I'm very proud of this prompt.
Honest to God, it fucking nailed it.
It did really well.
If I asked my extremely good friend Wobbly Python to draw Snoop Dogg for me in Team Fortress 2, it would strictly look worse than this.
Yes, absolutely. In every capacity.
This is the quintessential Snoop Dogg in Team Fortress 2.
Unfortunately.
Sadly.
God.
This was not what Sanguinary received. It was this.
No.
You know what I deeply love about this thread is that I'm the end of this thread, and somehow Team Fortress 2 was preserved as a through line.
Oh, thank God.
It's got a really strong.
It does. It has the aesthetic perfectly.
And then also, it nary a blunt in this image. So how was I supposed to know that this was Snoop Dogg related?
Not a single person would have known that that's Snoop Dogg. What did you think this was, though, instead?
Oh, Christ, what did I think it was? Did I think it was like Duke Nukem? No, Team Fortress Scout. Okay.
Team Fortress Scout failing to protect the payload from Giant Soldier.
It didn't look like a giant soldier.
Which is an extremely good prompt. I really love the way that these prompts are always trying to, like, yes and the picture. Our group does such a good job of, like, it's one thing to be like, there's a guy and he's in Team Fortress 2. It's another thing to be like, yeah, but what's that guy doing? Tell me more about this weird little guy. And here is the Team Fortress Scout failing to protect the payload from the giant soldier.
Oh, hey!
You'd think you'd have a grip on it with all of those fingers and knuckles.
I took this as like a first-person shot, like the giant soldiers are going to beat the shit out of you.
Oh, yeah, and they've got rings on each of those 9 fingers.
Channeling that Snoop Dogg energy.
Oh, yeah, there's some Snoop energy still left in there.
Trace amounts of Snoop.
Corn cob hands!
And while I do think that this one captures the sense of Team Fortress, and maybe that's a giant soldier in the background, it did also produce this. Which is like that meme of you never trust anyone, not even yourself.
Oh
you know
God.
The one?
Looks like a thumb is coming out of the corner too.
Also, one thing that I do love from my own experience with trying to work with this prompt is that if you tell it Team Fortress 2, Crayon knows exactly one thing about Team Fortress 2, and that's Heavy Weapons Guy.
Yeah, it focused more on the most memed character, and
Right.
that definitely is Heavy.
Right. So, Wobbly, what did you think this was, do you think? Do you remember?
I thought both of them were thumbs, but I forget if that's the one that I was able to get to render something even reasonably close.
That's kind of the thing, is that sometimes you have to play around with it. Wobbly wrote, Team Fortress 2 Soldier and Heavy send a message of support.
Oh, yeah.
It feels very supportive, you know, they get the thumbs up.
Soldier and Heavy think you can do it.
Up. You can tell that soldier because he's wearing a helmet.
So that's these two guys given their message of support.
Mm-hmm.
It's also this.
It feels supportive, kind of like a chef kiss.
This is like
fingers.
Heavy melded with the engineer.
And one of them is on Team Blue and the other is on Team Red.
Right. Like a strange Team Fortress chimera.
I don't like how his bald head is melting into a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
This is the little guy that they would put on a can of soup in the Team Fortress 2 universe. Some sort of strange soupy boy mascot.
As the sort of makeshift host of this segment, I do have the ability to offer commentary here, and I will say that I went through like 6 different prompts of what I thought it looked like, and each of them rendered nothing, and I had to keep getting less and less specific to finally end up with something, and I ended up with Heavy Weapons Guy TF2 looking very dapper.
Oh, very good. You know, he's got like a good little bit of a je ne sais quoi about him, you know, with
He's
the...
adjusting his tie.
If I remember correctly, the list of prompts I went through, one of them was like Heavy Weapons Guy plus Engineer, and that didn't work. And then I thought, I bet I could get to do something funny with Heavy Weapons Guy records a YouTube video teaching you how to tie a tie.
Uh-huh.
That gave me nothing. Which will surprise no one here.
He's got a Klingon vest on him, too.
You gotta put 4K Unreal on there.
Unfortunately, this ended up here, which I thought was nice.
Hey.
I think he looks dapper. And it really captured the tie.
He's got like the salami tie.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see Heavy Weapons Guy's big fingers trying to tie a tie. Like,
I've got something
about
else
that is
big on
comedy.
the heavy weapons guy I could show you, which is
No,
my
no,
last
no.
image.
I see you.
No.
You sure you didn't put Zardoz in here somewhere?
I don't know what that means, but I'll remember it for later.
Where's this gun coming from?
Red, I believe that's the gentleman's cock.
Oh no.
Look, it's a metaphor. This is I've seen this exact same image in art school. It's very deep.
Did anybody else just reflexively hear the "You Got Killed" in Team Fortress music? Just me?
This was such a good picture. I don't even know that this was.
Long indeed.
I don't even know that this was on topic, but I saw this picture. I'm like, well, I'm gonna save it. All right.
Wait, isn't one of the guns named the Dapper something? I don't play enough Team Fortress anymore.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me too. So next up, we're going to have one of Sanguinary's threads.
Oh boy.
And the thread started harmlessly enough with Bratstall dressed as Moses parting the Red Sea Bible illustration.
Hello?
Frick!
Because, you know, we have to at least have one sacrilegious thread in here.
Oh, I assure
Where
you
the
that
fuck did you come with that?
I assure you
I don't know.
just wait till my other thread.
Oh, good.
We were on a similar wavelength, I'll tell you that much, okay?
Okay, I think we just learned that we need to talk more.
Yeah. So a little peeling back the curtain here. We tried to do the thing we always do, which is where all of us come up with our own segment, and then we have sort of like one big joint segment. Both mine and Sanguinary's flopped. We ended up deciding, let's scrap it. We'll just do 3 segments. It won't be that big of a deal, because, like, I mean, how long could it take to do 3 segments? And when we finally said, okay, we both give up, we talked about what our segments were, and we basically tried to do the same segment. I don't want to say what it is, because I still think that we'll probably end up, in some capacity, trying to deliver on it. But we basically did the same, like, we just didn't talk about our ideas, and we just both went off in our own direction, and both flopped on the same idea.
We both got to the point where it's like, oh, this is kind of a lot of work, actually.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare I will invest in later.
Right. I'll come back to it.
So, if you're wondering what a Bratstall dressed as Moses parting the Red Sea Bible illustration looks like, it looks exactly like this.
A little wonk-eyed, but you know, like, they're fashionable. They're gonna part the
Surprisingly
sea.
coherent.
It has the correct number of faces, which is always impressive for Crayon.
Honestly, it's always it's never just too many or too few. It's just never right. Sometimes it's 0, and sometimes it's like 6.
It's like Deep Dream from a long time ago, speaking of like classic AI stuff, where it's like, I'm just gonna put dogs everywhere. Was it dogs or cats? In just every image.
Every time I boot up Crayon, it's like I've loaded up Darkseed.
Okay.
Darkseed.
Okay, chat, please do not get weird. Please do not get bricked up for a Bratstall. I can't handle that energy. I'm sorry.
That's why we gotta go to the next level so we can get rid of the bratzing.
Yeah, we debratsified it. Now here's the thing, is that you might look at this and say, thank God we don't have to continue down the road of Bratstalls. But, Wobbly, do you remember what you put in here?
Yes, I absolutely do. I saw this image and I tried 5, maybe 8 different versions of Bratstall Moses parting the Red Sea, and all I was getting were photorealistic oceans. I tried, like, children's storybook. I tried WikiHow illustration again, and I just kept getting malarkey.
I can't believe you couldn't. I can't believe you couldn't get to that, and I also really like how you cottoned on that this was a Bratz doll.
Yeah, I don't know that I don't know it would have necessarily been obvious to me that was Bratstall.
I thought you would do like Angela Anaconda because it's got that weird cutout face to it.
The deepest of cuts. Now,
Look, Wobbly Wobbly once did a showing of the first episode of Angela Anaconda in his Discord, and it's haunted me forever since.
We should do that again.
So Wobbly, having typed this prompt in, like, with his whole chest, just comfortable
Bellowed.
putting this energy into the internet, produces this. I've seen worse. I've seen worse.
And that bush looks like it's on fire.
Yeah. Like a burning bush.
Yeah.
It also produced this.
This is just somebody's diorama.
The
for
Queen
school.
of the Nile and her girlfriend.
Yeah.
A very thumb-faced Beyonce.
The
Anytime-
Queen Consort of the Nile.
Anytime that Crayon goes from like one person to objectively two people in a scene, I'm like, oh, that's content. That's gonna go places.
They were
Gal
roommates.
pals of the Nile.
They were
Oh my god, they were
roommates.
roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates. Alright, so Red got this one next. Oh my god, I hadn't read your prompt yet. Your prompt is
Oh, I'm excited. I'm
fantastic.
Excited as hell.
Thank you.
So Red typed 2 brats on a survivor island having a bonfire.
They are
Parentheses, they are dating.
I tried bisexual brats bonfire, but it kept giving me like the bisexual flag.
Right.
And, like one brat in front of it. And I was like, no, I need 2. And they need the fire.
Yeah, if you had told me that you typed in bisexual, I could have told you what the output would have been. Oh, cool. So it painted the whole scene red, purple, and blue, but mostly purple?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bisexual
Yeah.
gamer lighting.
Bisexual gamer lighting.
So Red, having typed this in, gave us this, which I think this is great. This is the good stuff.
They're sealing their love over a hot open fire.
I've never like owned any brat stalls, but I did not realize that their legs were so long.
They're fucking terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you
Proportions
think,
are fuck.
yeah, like every criticism that people levy at Barbie about like unattainable beauty standards or whatever, just look at a brat stall and you will see that they have taken that list and they're just like, oh, this is what people want to buy, and like tailor-made it to be the worst.
It's like a monster factory for Barbies.
Yeah.
Just hit randomize over and over and over.
the
No middle
McElroys
sliders.
were
Yeah.
involved.
This also produces this image. Which I really thought I had figured out what this image was, and this thread has been an absolute trip for me. Because I think Red was genius picking this one because it has every element that would throw me off the scent of what the prompt actually was. Which, for me, was Princess Mermaid eating a bald pirate on the beach.
Hey, remember that window that we were talking about getting opened into your psyche?
Yeah.
God.
I mean, he
How's
does
the
look like he's
breeze?
on the fire,
Yeah.
so that makes sense. He's getting roasted. She's hungry. Look at her.
I tried 1,000 prompts, trying to get it to do something like, you know, a guy being tied up and cooked on the fire, and Crayon is willing to be whack about so many things, does not want to show me a guy being burned alive.
Honestly, good for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it does still let me very much like crucify Kermit, but
Unfortunately, every variation of this prompt
Holy
led to
shit.
the pirate disappearing.
oh god.
But I thought this was the best one because it looks like the pirate might have also been a mermaid.
It also it
Some
looks like
kissable lips here.
Who's that fucking red-haired guy from Metalocalypse? It looks like
Oh,
him as a
Pickles.
mermaid.
Oh, Pickles.
Yeah, Pickles the mermaid.
Your fire looks like a lot of spaghetti.
Yeah, I was thinking it looked kind of like a Jello
Fires as
mold.
douchebags.
Very nice. It also produced this, which I think honestly, surprisingly, this kind of is starting to get us back to the Bratz doll era.
Yeah, it's bending back.
It's got the illustration quality. It's got a head shaped like a potato.
The Bratz Bible is a flat circle.
When you stare into the void shows you a Bratz doll.
That's why
It
their
asks
eyes are
you
so
if You
big.
think it's pretty?
All right, so we've got another prompt for you, and this time, this is a Wobbly original.
Ooh.
Yeah, we.
Yes, Wobbly. With
I
crimes.
had a lot of trouble with Crayon this time around. Not like we mentioned it earlier in like the first one, but like, man, Crayon's gotten more unhinged.
Yeah.
Sesame Street Grover locked up in prison.
Was it picking Grover House or something? If you didn't put Sesame Street?
So, I don't know who the other Grover is, but there is a man named Grover who's
Grover Cleveland?
bald with tattoos.
Oh, never mind.
They showed
No,
up
it
a
actually
lot.
still is Grover Cleveland. Unknown fact. He was tatted to hell.
He was bald and tattooed. Good for him. Good for him. Is that a real name? I honestly just don't know whether or not anyone's ever doing a bit.
Norquist?
I have no idea.
Grover's Skin Sona.
Anyway, that produced this.
Okay.
See, I think it did a good job.
Yeah.
Grover even looks distressed.
Yeah,
Well, wouldn't you be?
Cookie Monsters with him.
I like how his face is clipping through the bars. I also encountered this.
See, I thought he was like sticking it through the bars, trying to get away from his cellmate Cookie Monster. I've been very enamored with this image for a minute.
I'm stoked to show you this one because I'm the reason why this thread went off the rails.
Oh, good,
Oh,
good,
no.
good.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped.
So, Wobbly got this image, which we can all agree is damn near perfect. Photorealistic 4K Grover in prison.
Unreal Engine.
Yeah. It also produced this.
You asked for the worst, I gave it to you.
Oh, this is a turkey behind bars.
Here's the thing, Red. I gotta know, how did you see Grover in this?
Well, it looked like a Muppet, and the only blue Muppet that I could remember was Grover.
Yeah,
Grover
Red
out
put
of this?
Red put Grover in jail after a bar fight.
See, he looked like his face got really fucked up.
Yeah. That's because his face is really fucked up.
Like from a bar fight, like somebody punched him a bunch.
Are we becoming too in tune with
I
Crayon
think-
to where we can read into the code?
I think we're the problem here. You know how we were just mentioning that Crayon has gotten more and more unhinged? I think that's our fault.
Yeah,
Are we the baddies then?
where the data
Most people
set.
just see a bunch of numbers, command line, Grover in jail and after the bar fight. Me, I see the whole picture. I see the Grover. I see the story. Gaze
This-
between the line.
This did give Red this image, which once again, great except for Grover's human hand.
A lot
they-
of them had human hands, and you can also see his head is like sticking through the bars.
The puppeteer also got put in jail, and he's a little upset about it.
I mean, it kind of makes sense that, like, the AI would not understand how to overlay the bars over Grover's face. Like, for it to be Grover, it probably needed to be unobscured.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No answer for this, though.
It's an artist's interpretation. Actually, this is from the court documents. They had to keep Grover behind bars in court, so this is the court sketch.
So,
This
like,
one absolutely fucking destroyed me because it has like the exact same energy as Gotta Go Fast.
yeah. Now, I took some liberties with this one. I find it a lot more fun to write way longer prompts than I need to, just to kind of force the AI to try to keep up with me. So
Yeah.
I tried to interpret every piece of this as much as I could. The white background, Grover with his finger up, kind of troubled in a way, and so I made it Grover asking for his one phone call in a Siberian prison cell.
Holy shit!
I know what I did. I want you to know I'm accountable. That did give me this, which I thought was pretty good.
It's really good.
I could not get it to give me Grover like holding a phone properly. This is the closest I got. It looks like he's holding a cell phone, but I'll take it.
Yeah, this is horrific. He's got like a little Jawa in the background there.
Yeah, that's his friend.
I hate how realistic his face is.
I think the sort of ask for Siberian kind of set it on an art path rather than a setting path.
Yeah, a little more austere, kind of like drained of color.
That's how this happened, actually.
And I want to tell you, I knew how bad this was gonna go the moment I saw the thread start with Grover, and I'm like, I don't ever remember Grover being in any of the images.
Yes, I'll go ahead and tell you, you didn't pick up that was Grover in your prompt.
No, I didn't. Tell you.
Sang wrote black-white courtroom sketch eyeball talking to a monkey, which I get it.
That's what it looks like.
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
What is Sesame Street, if not an eyeball talking to a monkey?
Yeah. Now, I want to come back to this in just a second, but I do want to explore the direction this took Sanguinary as well. It got this, which I think is just...
It looks really fucking rad.
This is rad as fuck, right?
That is rad as fuck.
This is a mixtape cover that you would buy out of the back of someone's trunk at your local Food Lion.
I will attend your symphony, yes.
Also this.
That shading is, Freudian.
The fucked up little man.
I hate it.
And again, I do have to do the full circle. Here's where we started. And here's where we ended.
Justin Roiland voices that last one.
Oh god.
Yeah. So, if I can bend your ear for just a moment, I would like to share with you the plethora of images that were generated by Grover asking for his one phone call in a Siberian prison cell. I saved them.
Yes.
Oh, is this the one where you're like, I can't pick which one because they're all good?
Yes, I had produced art, and I am not ashamed to say that I was very proud of that art. And I would just like to share with you a small cross section, because I pressed generate on that same exact prompt. Again, let's go back. It's this prompt, Grover asking for his one phone call in a Siberian prison cell. I just kept hitting generate. I just wanted to see where we could go. And so let me pull up. I made a whole folder of them ready for this moment.
Thank God. I'm so ready.
So
this is just a cross section of the Author Blues images.
It was really entranced with Edward Gorey.
Okay, so here is the first image. I don't remember exactly how many I have. I think I've got like
SCP.
7 or 8. This one was great. I thought it was good. The only reason I didn't pick this one, and I thought it was really good. I'm actually glad I didn't, because I think Grover's obvious in this one, but I asked for him being in a prison cell. Very clearly not in a prison cell.
Yeah.
It's just
inviting you.
It's just breaking the rules.
Yeah, that's not a prison cell, that's just Guantanamo.
We've already seen this one, but it's art. We have this one, and I think that's like a little dog in his cell with him.
Oh god.
It's almost too sad.
Yeah, look at him screaming.
The ultra skinny legs are just really unsettling. I don't like his like thin frame reaching out towards this dog pile.
There's this really
devouring his son.
Garbage bag.
There's this really funny thing that happens with Crayon and a lot of the very similar generative art, which is even if you ask for like black and white or something like that, if you have a character who is very clearly characterized by their color, it will never remove their color. That's the whole reason why this one was so interesting, is because it gave me kind of Grover without the color. It never does that.
Huh.
That's actually really interesting. Gumby said, is AI thinking Siberian Husky? I would not be surprised if that's how it kind of generated a dog-like thing. Yeah.
Except that's like a beagle.
Yeah, but I mean, I can see the sort of like, you know, the network says Siberian. We see that often with dogs, so.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting that robots don't know shit about dogs?
Yes, for sure.
All right, that checks out.
They only know about Bratz dolls and
eating hot
Grovers.
chip,
Bible.
eating hot chip, lying, being bisexual.
No wonder it generates the bisexual flag so well.
There's this one, which really feels like Grover's atoning in front of like a cloister of nuns or something.
I hate how his eyes are like yellow from being imprisoned for too long.
Yeah, Grover is going to a punishment here of some kind.
Something's going on here. It's not a great situation.
Jaundiced Grover.
An alien autopsy going on in the background. Yeah, kinda.
It's got a Goya sense to it, where it's like, ah, yes, this is about the Spanish flu or whatever.
There was this one, which was my good one. There's this one. It kind of looks like Grover praying at a window.
This one is upsetting.
Yeah.
It's like it's very deeply melancholy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! It's got like a little subtext at the bottom of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the plate caption to it, and it's like, ah, yes, and like this is the engraving of fucking Grover looking out the window, atoning for his sins in personal confinement or whatever.
We had this one, which I couldn't handle how sad this was.
Grover's missing an arm.
He's crying too.
He ate it.
Too far.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I hate how he's like. This feels like a creepypasta with like the pupils gone.
Mm-hmm.
This is absolutely just something you download and like your computer turns on at 3 a.m. and this is what's showing.
Hey, I met Grover Brine in Minecraft.
Gulag Sesame Street.exe.
There's this one, which really looks like he's wearing an astronaut helmet to me. So he was sent to jail for space crimes?
The lighting is so moody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was either Grover or Elmo, and Elmo's too young for that. Grover had to step in and take the fall.
I wonder why it's picking. I wonder if it's like pick up a lot of images and engravings from the Internet Archive, because this is such a specific look that you would see from a bunch of scanned books, and then explain why there's so many of them.
Just loving the concept of like going on to, you know how there's like people selling their AI prompts to like get specific results.
Yes, I do.
Just fucking revealing like, yeah, the secret to this one is Siberian prison.
Remember, everyone, I could have sold this prompt, but I instead shared it with you for free. Don't forget to support the stream.
Yeah, please go to his Patreon and subscribe for 1 month, because most of those prompts were $4. $4 goddamn dollars.
Yeah, we've already
put Funko Pop in there.
especially with AI Dungeon, because AI Dungeon has a lot of like paid features, so I think will make it even more fun. I think I'm gonna pay for a subscription to AI Dungeon for next time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I feel like AI Dungeon is also like really offering something fantastic.
yeah, they really are.
They put a lot of work into
Let's see what else we
that,
got. We got this, which this is more like gritty but blue.
Oh god.
I'm hearing a very Sarah McLachlan as I'm looking at this. Like,
Thank you for half of a prompt.
Thank you, Torment.
Go
hate it.
directly in the trash.
We will spend it on credits for an AI generator that will give us nothing.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to add, like, speaking of actual paid prompts, DALL-E 2 gives you like only a certain amount of prompts unless you pay for more money. I didn't actually spend money, but it gave me like 15 credits worth of prompts, and I spent them all generating like wizards carrying powers.
Yeah,
It's all good though.
Trying to make Brizzlebrock.
Debsis, thank you so much as well. Yeah, the Brizzlebrock art was DALL-E 2, and it's fantastic. Let's see what else I got. I got this little guy, weird little guy.
Oh, it looks like he's free. Like his bail was just posted.
He's so happy.
Like, this, like, there's an SCP that, like, it hides its face, and if you look at it, it'll scream and run at you and try to kill you, and this just gives me vibes of that.
I mean, they did have to take down the art that was originally used for that, so if you want to submit this, I mean, there's no wrong answer for the SCP now.
There are many wrong answers, I assure you.
No wrong answer.
I think this is my last one. I think this will loop back. Yeah, okay. So this was just a really quick, I wanted to share with you some of the wild shit that got generated by this weird prompt.
The Grover field trip.
Yeah, the Grover field trip. So that was one of Wobbly's prompts. We're going to go back and now take a look at another one of mine. So our next prompt up is Duke Nukem giving the Sermon on the Mount.
Oh my god.
This is where we started.
Yeah, I told you that we were going to go right back to Jesus. Let me load up the image set again. Sorry, I killed it with the Grover stuff.
It's entirely reasonable. I needed to see a couple of This is one of those things where I'm sure that there is somebody out there that hears the idea of like the AI art party and they're like, oh yeah, that seems low effort. No, it is in fact not. It is the opposite. It's probably the most high effort thing that I do.
Yeah,
AI takes a lot of work to like sometimes you get lucky on the first try.
Rarely.
But a lot of times, no, you have to be very specific and do a lot of tries.
Yeah, I know that sometimes the images we generate, it's like, oh, okay, that's not very interesting. It didn't do anything interesting. I assure you that it took me hours to get to that point.
Yeah, like, I've literally had moments where I'm like, I have been trying to get something funny for hours, and I've got 2 pictures, and I need like 20.
Red
and
sent
like
me
2 days before.
Red sent me the Bratz doll on the Survivor Island having a bonfire like 2-3 days ago, and I swear I tried for like 2 days straight to get anything. I generated the 2 images I decided to finally show you 10 minutes before we went live with this show.
Nice.
Oh my god.
I've got 27 tabs open and not one will show me a good Elmo.
I realized when I was looking through the spreadsheet, I was like, I see I did not finish successfully.
Oh god.
I mean, at least like Crayon blessed you in the last 5 minutes.
It gave me something I could work on. So this prompt gave me a few that I really liked. I wouldn't say that this is necessarily exactly the prompt, but I think this rules. It is Duke Nukem reading scripture from the Bible while he holds his hand on his gun, and a cinematic close-up shot of his face in the background. Honestly, gorgeous.
Yeah, it came out really well.
I could see this on like
not even yourself.
I could see this on like a pamphlet somebody would hand to me that's saying, "Have you heard the good news?"
I came to kick ass and read scripture, and I'm all out of ass.
Leviticus 3:9.
I really tried to get a prompt where it was just like Duke Nukem very clearly standing in front of a crowd. Like, that's what I wanted. That was the picture I desperately wanted. But I did get this, which was good enough.
I mean, it's a pretty rad-ass sermon. Like, if more pastors were on fire while they were giving their sermon, it would be more interesting.
You know, if a guy is on fire and he's telling me some hot shit, I'm gonna pay attention.
Yeah.
That's exactly why Moses got popular.
So, Red, what did you think this was?
I thought it was Duke Nukem standing on. I don't remember if I used the words mosh pit because that was giving me some conflicting results. But he's standing on a bunch of meat.
Yeah, you put Duke Nukem chilling out over a pit of meatballs.
Okay. So
and I see it. I see it totally. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that sounds so good.
So here's Duke Nukem absolutely ripping ass right over top of his homies, the meatballs.
I don't know if maybe you're not familiar with what the words rippin' ass means.
No, I know what it means.
Okay.
That's a good squat.
Look, I'm not saying nothing by it, but I am gonna go to Olive Garden immediately after this, and I'm going to order the pit of meatballs and see what I get.
I do want to say that my bad prompt for this is a little bit body horror.
Okay. All right. So content warning: if body horror sounds like something you do not want, we got this.
Oh no! I recognize this image.
Oh, no.
I, honest to God, do not know how we've maintained Duke Nukem through this.
I mean, he's
like
got
Duke Nukem.
a blonde hair, kind of the vest, the chunked out body. The gaping maw is a little bit new, but
Look,
Yeah,
Dick
I
Kickham
just-
is an icon.
I don't know what I'm looking at, but I know that I don't like it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think we all feel the same way. Wobbly, on looking at this, decided it was Dukin' Nukem peas into a sink made of Duke Nukem 3D comic book.
Tell me I'm
Duke
wrong.
and Nukem.
Look at that and tell me I'm wrong.
Duke and Nukem?
Duke and Nukem.
I like it. That gave whatever this is.
I think he's talking to a lady Duke Nukem. Just kind of like the feminized version.
This is like elderly Duke Nukem with the receding hairline. Talking to like a young, upcoming Duke Nukem with the like Liberty spikes.
There's always two Duke Nukems.
I honestly would be very happy to see a new Duke Nukem game where it's a female Duke Nukem with Liberty spikes, because I think that would piss off a lot
Oh
of
man,
nerds.
Gilder says I'm Duke Nuke them.
Red, I agree with you, but don't change any Duke lines.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So that led us here. Yeah.
Oh god,
Oh my god, yeah,
he's
that's
dying.
that looks a little familiar now.
He's in the sink.
Now, for what it's worth, this really got way back on track with Duke Nukem. That's toe to tip. That, well, you can only really see up to his armpits, but that's Duke
Go to
Nukem.
pits.
And so this ends up giving us tiny Duke Nukem doll with skull head in a gas station bathroom sink.
He's kind of got like a winking skull face. I had to translate that somehow.
No, I get it. I'm not judging the things you have to incant to get Crayon to give you anything of value. This is a judgment-free zone over here, okay? That gives us this. Just one of the most fantastic weird little guys.
Like a Stretch Armstrong with a beefy, weird face.
You know how on like eBay they sell like haunted dolls sometimes?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Look,
I feel like this is like the haunted Duke Nukem figure.
This also produced this. I love how good Crayon is sometime at macro photography.
just stretched out, yellow.
It's hard to tell which of these is like the good one and the bad one.
They're all
pretty good.
they're all cool, weird little guys.
If it weren't for the toilet bowl obscuring Duke Nukem, that is a Kagainer.
Yeah. You know it's not a Kagainer because she's shitting in the wrong place.
Yeah, not directly onto the floor. So we started biblically accurate Duke Nukem and ended up with a weird little guy in the sink.
Got a real
Dink Sinkum.
little sinking right
Dink
there.
Sinkum! Dink Sinkum!
I just like the idea of him saying that the aliens can't shoot down this ride, but he's like super tiny, so it's like, the aliens can't shoot down this ride. Just a teeny tiny voice.
Okay. I want to make a note that sometimes these like really outlandish prompts happen just as a side effect of like trying to rein in the nonsense of an image you were handed, but I think it's always wilder when the initial starting prompt is already a wild ride. So Red gave us Gang of Men Attacking Elmo's CCTV. And it really feels like the sort of prompt that you give because you have to make sense of some image, not a place you start, okay?
Well, I can't explain it. It just came to me.
However, the images are truly inspired. First off, we have a gang of men attacking an Elmo on closed circuit television.
This is like the aftermath of some sort of like Brazilian off-duty cop parade.
Oh my god.
I do like the before and after. Like the CCTV doesn't take continuous footage, but only takes stills. Just like, this is Elmo running down the street. 5 seconds later, someone coming to kick his ass.
Ron posted a picture of the aging Duke Nukem and Duke Nuke them with Liberty Spikes, and he's just saying Oprah.
Oprah.
And then I think in the background there's like a baby Duke Nukem.
I think it might be the elf from earlier who got killed
Okay, alright.
by Bristlebrock punching their head clean off.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it might have been Dink Tinkum or something.
Dink, dink.
So this is a perfect image, and it's not. I'm trying not to overuse that phrase, but it's hard to look at this and say that is not clearly a gang of men attacking Elmo on closed circuit television. It's there.
It's true.
This is a little less clear.
Yeah, this is what I ended up with. It was just like,
Oops, sorry.
I'm really upset that Crayon refuses to accept that the cool spot is a thing.
That's so sad.
I tried many iterations and I just had to let it go that the cool spot was just not cool enough.
What was the rest of the prompt? Like, cool spot walks the yard at juvie, or?
I think it was like the same other half of the prop.
That is Arcade Pit Smite. That is Big
Yeah,
Apple outfit.
I was just thinking, like, this does kind of look like the Fruit of the Loom guy.
Yep. What did you end up? Do you remember the prompt you ended up using to move forward with this one?
Oh, it was like someone jaywalking, camera footage. I can't remember.
Yeah, so you had Red Teletubby caught jaywalking on a security camera.
Oh, there we
go.
Still preserving the security camera, but I think the image is like so clearly like security camera footage that I think it makes sense why you'd preserve that.
Yeah, and also Crayon, while it doesn't know the cool spot, it fucking loves Teletubbies.
Oh, hell yeah. So we got a Red Teletubby here.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
I just really like this one because even though it's not the overhead security camera, this Teletubby's breaking and entering and somebody caught him on ring camera.
This guy is absolutely committing a crime.
There is felony happening right now.
Hitman 7, ultra realistic 4K.
I hate his face.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to take that off of my screen now in favor of the next image.
He's laughing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was more like door cam footage. You're right. That's Yeah, this is another one of my long-winded ones because I was really trying to rein in the prompt. I assure you I started simpler, but just had to keep moving outward. Wobbly, you're gonna really love this. Did you know that that's where this prompt came from? I asked for black and white footage of zombie red plastic monkey from Barrel of Monkeys.
Hello?
What?
I guess I could see like the monkey shape.
My favorite part about this is that Wobbly took the next image in line, and I guarantee you Wobbly had no idea that this prompt was that thread.
Yep.
Yeah, because that gave me this, which...
Holy shit, this kicks
Oh
ass.
god.
This is another one where I don't know that I saved the images. I probably didn't. They might be on my other computer or something. I may have never, like, put them in the local folder. This produced some good ones. I'm gonna be real with you. This produced some fucking art.
No. Oh,
That's
no.
really detailed for Crayon.
Yeah, let me check really quickly before I bail and see whether or not... No, I don't have another folder of these. I think I generated like 15 of these on my laptop and never moved them over to my streaming PC, so I don't have them. It's fine. Just assume that they all kick fucking ass. You can type this exact prompt if you want to into Crayon, and you're gonna get, I guarantee you, just pages of art. I did not, however, want to make it easy for Wobbly, so I did not give him any art. I instead gave him this.
Oh no, I do in fact recognize this now. Oh,
Oh
no.
god, ew.
What the fuck happened here? What?
Ew.
Look,
I don't
it's
like the short field of vision or Oh, I don't like that.
By the way, this is another one of those prompts I mentioned earlier where, like, if it's characteristically colored, you end up with some really wild shit, because all of the images had, like, this trait to them, where it was black and white, but there was just, like, this striking spot of red. It all ruled. It's all art. It's incredible. Anyway, so I had this image, and I sent it over to my good friend Wobbly, and I felt bad about it.
Never feel bad about sending garbage to Wobbly.
It's true.
Wobbly, what did you think about this one?
I thought that this was POV the Grinch black and white murders you, red accents.
Oh my god.
Well, the Grinch came back.
I don't know that I'd necessarily see the Grinch, but I think my brain is also heavily colored by knowing it was a monkey in advance.
Yeah, no, that is 1000% like the Grinch, maybe even the Jim Carrey one.
I'd say like an alien Grinch. I mean, those are some big, like, almond eyes there.
It's a lot of mascara. That is a very terrestrial analog Grinch, I'm telling you.
Yeah, terrestrial
What a
Grinch.
fucking collection of adjectives that was. I got taken on the shortest ever language ride.
The terrestrial Grinch, as opposed to the fucking amphibious Grinch.
Uh-huh. I'm not worried about the amphibious Grinch.
The avian Grinch.
Look, the variety of climates that the Grinch can span.
I fear no
terrain
Hey,
Grinch.
as long as I don't get in the water, I don't have to worry about the aquatic Grinch, okay? I can rule a few Grinches off of my list. The
about
desert
the
Grinch?
amphibious
I'm
Grinch?
nowhere near the desert Grinch.
Nowhere near the desert Grinch.
Yeah, the amphibious Grinch, it might be a problem for me, but
Only if you get in the water.
that gave us
Near
this.
the beach. Wow.
Oh,
I like the one evil eye.
Ew, I hate the new, like, the Grinch from, like, the new movie.
Didn't
and
they
how,
fuck
like,
up all the
yucky
art?
he is.
It's rough. Yeah, it's rough. I hear you, Red. On another topic, I might be like, why get so worked up about this? But about the Grinch, I get it.
Yeah.
It's like a cross between the Jim Carrey Grinch and the, like, cartoon Grinch that happened very recently. That's, like, giving it this very specific look. I don't like it.
It
Go with the new
overpowers all
Grinch.
the other Grinch results.
I really miss Dad Bod Grinch. Can I just say, I miss
Yeah.
Dad Bod Grinch.
I miss unfuckable Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
There, I'll say it. I'll
It's-
say what we're all trying to articulate here.
Sprung.
He's not just-
Only
Oh my
admits
God.
he would fuck the old Grinch.
He's not just
I mean,
asexual,
the new Grinch.
he's anti-sexual.
Like he's
Repellent.
supposed to be the most like bitter, repulsive, vile, terrible, nasty, dog shit, frumped up old man.
Yeah.
And now, like this new Grinch, right? This dude has a barber.
Yeah, he's getting one slurified.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So I haven't looked at the rest of this, but I can't wait to see what you think the worst POV black and white red accent sinister Grinch is. It's this.
Oh, this is a Juggalo tattoo
Yeah.
now.
Juggalo Grinch tat.
I know the kind of guy who would have a tattoo like this.
And this is like, he got it from a guy who bought like a tattooing machine. He's like, I just did it in my friend's kitchen. It was like totally $15.
This is
great.
exactly the same sort of weird guy who has the window sticker of Calvin peeing on whatever political party he doesn't like or something.
Uh-huh.
Oh god.
That guy has this tattoo.
This face plus the thin blue line, just like embossed behind it.
This
I can
this
see
image would actually be perfect on like boomer Facebook with you know like you know I wish I didn't have to kill anymore, but God knows
Yeah.
I'm back on my bullshit or something. Like
Oh my God.
that is what this image is.
Lord forgive me for what I must yabba dabba do.
Yeah, yeah. Plus he's got like, it could even go back to the whole Jesus thing because it looks like he's got the crown of thorns stigmata on his head.
God.
It's like, people, 90% of people won't repost this, but the Grinch died for your sins.
The very Christian, Grinch-loving juggalo is not a man I want to meet.
We haven't added yet. Speaking of Facebook memes,
What?
Minions.
Yeah, I know. We had a vision for a Minion-related segment at the beginning, and then realized that there's no way to get AI to make Minions funny. They're just unfunny.
Yeah.
They're just nothing. They're a nothing burger. They are a picture of a thing, and you desperately have to desire to find them amusing in some way. And I do not wish that.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna grab the reins and get us back on control. So next up we've got a sanguinary thread for you.
Okay.
This is hackers taking control of all my illustrated ape JPEGs and putting them in the dumpster.
By the way, this prompt brought up a lot of delightful things, so that I would suggest your own trip down They Took My Apes Alley.
So first up, we have the best of the best. The ape dumpsters. The
It's
dumpster apes.
surprisingly accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of apes and dumpsters, and all of them, and they're all illustrated.
I love these weird little guys. It did, however, give this.
This was an ape trying to emerge from the dumpster in one last desperate attempt to get back on your computer.
Oh god, its face is mutilated.
I think I'm perfectly justified in having taken this prompt off the rails. But
You didn't like digital Rafiki?
no, I definitely interpreted the prompt very, very slightly differently. I ended up with NFT bored ape monkey sitting on a cartoon toilet 4K digital art flat shading.
Oh, the
God,
keyword jamming.
Which everyone in this call right now is reading that and saying, yep, nope, I get it. That's normal,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
And everyone at home is saying, huh, what's that all about?
Yeah.
I once
That's
again,
what $4 will get you.
I once again believe that I'm perfectly justified in having taken this one off the rails. But it definitely had the right shading and coloring for an NFT, and I tried to capture that in my prompt with the keyword jamming. I ended up with this.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Holy shit.
Beautiful.
The wizened face. This an aged ape.
Sanguinary, thank you for this. I needed it in my
Welcome.
life.
I think.
I actually,
again,
I would say that Crayon is good at capturing the general, how do you pronounce that word? It's for the over of a NFT without actually being able to capture just how shitty they look. Like, unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's regrettable that that Crayon cannot make the images ugly enough.
Yeah, these are more endearing than the actual product that some dopey fuck spent their entire life savings on, and I will never stop laughing about it.
Children love the toilet ape. I mean, look at him. He's old.
This, however, gave me this, which I knew what it was, but
this is Transformer.
But I desperately wanted to send this prompt further off the rails, and I thought this could be the one to do it.
I respect this.
So I sent this one to my good friend Wobbly Python to see what he had in mind. Do you remember what you thought of this one?
I feel like it was like NFT ape starts Italian restaurant or something.
Yeah, that's
crazy
pretty
like
much what
that.
you had. You had bored ape serves Italian food in bathroom.
Are you
Looks
sure?
like a bidet.
Hang
I
on.
thought you sent this one to me.
Oh, are these two flipped, actually? Like, are they out of order on my list?
Might be.
Yeah, I believe that you sent me this.
Hang on, let me scroll back into the.
You know
DMs
what?
and
You
see
know what I think
garbage
happened?
got.
I'm looking at the list. The timestamps definitely show Wobbly submitted it before you did, but it might just be that like Wobbly had it sitting and didn't submit it for like an extra 10 minutes because they're that close.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think
that's
that is what happened
that's
here.
why we're backwards. Okay, that's my bad. I've been using the spreadsheet in order to keep track of this. So let me change the text here for a second. Bored
I
ape,
had to go
Yeah,
Bored
consult
ape,
the receipts.
Bored ape toilet NFT. My bad.
Yeah, Off sent me this and I said, I know exactly what this is. And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, I know exactly what this is. And I said, Bored Ape Toilet NFT.
Yeah, they were absolutely right. I'd hoped that picking this image would give more of an idea of like an ape turning into a boat, which is kind of what I think it looks like a little bit.
Toot, toot.
But I apparently did not throw them off the scent because we ended up with Bored Ape Toilet NFT. And now I am seeing quite clearly how Wobbly got to where he got.
I like this giraffe ape that's staring directly into my soul.
This isn't me. This is still, this is someone else's.
Is it really?
I think these are my
Yeah,
apes,
no, yeah.
Oh, I'm
this is
sorry. I'm
mine.
sorry. Yeah, they're reversed on my end because of that. Here we go. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah,
Oh, this
This
is
is
such a
the best
fashionable
one.
toilet ape.
I apologize. My stuff got backwards because of the spreadsheet.
It's all right.
All right, so we have
But
Bored
it's-
Ape Toilet NFT.
Mm-hmm.
That would be if I'm back on track now. If I'm reorganized, this would be what Wobbly believed the best one to be for Bored Ape Toilet NFT. Also, it produced. Oh God.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is what I got.
Oh.
This is what I recognize.
Speaking of Picasso.
Okay, so Red generated this and sent it to Wobbly, and I now totally understand how Wobbly got Bored Ape serves Italian food in bathroom. Because you know what this is a picture of, actually? This one right here. This is a Bored Ape serving Italian food in a bathroom.
Looking at it now, I realize that it could have also been Andros Starts Italian Restaurant and Bathroom.
But it has
I'm
the
a
like
fan.
it has the flat shading and the
It just
horrendous
looks like shit.
aesthetic of an NFT. Like you look at it and you're like, no one would ever want to be associated with such low quality art, and you're like, NFT. That's what that is.
Yeah, why is he dressed up like Freddy from Scooby-Doo?
I don't know, but it
all the apes, man, they're
but it-
gone, man.
but it is Freddy from. You're right. He's got an ascot and everything. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Okay, hold on. Let's flip over to this one right here. This is what Red generated. What Wobbly generated from that.
That's me.
And that is an Italian food in a bathroom. I'm actually quite impressed at how it was able. Like, there's like 3 central through-line thoughts happening in this picture, and it actually captured them all really remarkably well. Bored Ape, it absolutely is capturing the Bored Ape aesthetic and the NFT flat shading. It's capturing Italian food on a plate, and it put the bathtub in the background for bathroom. Like, usually crayon chokes on too many disparate thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it really nailed all of these.
Yeah, like, really well.
It even gave you like a little bottle of Parmesan or mayo. It's hard to say.
That's Kewpie mayo.
Parmesan.
The Bored Apes love putting Kewpie mayo on their Italian food.
Bastards.
All right, and this would be the worst one.
This is somebody washing their Italian food in a bathroom.
I mean, you know, once you start capturing that NFT aesthetic, is there really like a best versus worst? I genuinely don't understand what the difference between these pictures are. They're both ugly monkeys in a bathroom.
Don't worry, Oth. It's all just monkey laundering in the end.
Oh my
Hey.
god.
Uh,
Oh. All right, sorry for goofing up the order on that one.
no, it's okay.
So let's move on to our very last thread of the night. And this is a Wobbly Python original. So we're starting off with Barney the Dinosaur defending himself, courtroom.
Completely reasonable.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I feel like I'm justified in where this went. Every time I feel like I see these and I'm like, no, I'm in the right here.
No
that's
jury will
understood.
convict me.
It's them that's wrong. It's the AI that fucked up, not me. Alright, so here's Barney the Dinosaur defending himself in courtroom. Honestly, 10 out of 10.
Look, it's even
Yeah.
got a Columbo.
I
Oh
do
my
like
God.
how he has like the Peppa Pig eyes on the side of his head
Oh my
thing going on.
god. Oh my god. Or what's that dumb fish that has the eyes on the side of its head?
Like an olive flounder, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, there's one fish that's like super thin and it has both eyes on one side of its head or something.
Yes, I think that is a flounder. They like lay on the bottom of the ocean because they can't figure out how to get turned straightways.
The dope fish. No, the dope fish has eyes on both sides of its head.
Flounder and
On
Dab
the
got it.
front.
Thank you, Animal Crossing.
Dab, more like dab on the haters.
Oh, yeah.
I did dab, but my webcam is off, so you'll never know. Except for that I told you.
Okay, Wobbly, next time you need to change Oz animation to just be like the active one being dabbing.
I would love it if Fugitech would give us state changes.
Yeah.
I would
like a
absolutely
button
make-
we can press.
We'd have to
Oh my
have to
God.
go deeper to get that tech without Fugitech, but
I would give Fugitech $5 a month if they gave me 3 state changes.
yeah, honestly, if they just gave you like a little browser window that you could just press a button on to get state changes, that would rule.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Anyway, so this was the best one, and I agree. This is fantastic. Based on the prompt, that's the prompt. However, we also end up with this.
So I know what the AI is doing here.
Okay, fill us in.
So you've got Barney the dinosaur, right?
Mhm.
And he's defending himself, so he has to be defending Barney the dinosaur, and this is a lawyer. Courtroom.
I think this is Shinzo Abe.
Oh my god.
I've had too much Shinzo Abe talk. Anyway, I saw this picture, and I'm now realizing that I'm once again to blame. Okay, it all fit. Great. Secret Service agent Barney the dinosaur protecting the president from an assassination attempt.
From another Barney, it looks like. Oh, I love when the prompts are like a paragraph. It makes me so happy.
I thought it was supposed to be a president. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, this picture really felt like it felt to me like it was either I think the thing that I started with, the prompt that I tried first, was I was trying to get it to do something like this is the president giving a speech at the House of Representatives, because you know you have like the Speaker of the House and the Vice President sitting behind. And so I was like, oh, I bet I could do something with that. Think again. So that ended up leading me to this image. Barney preparing to lunge in front of the president to take a bullet for him. I thought it was pretty good.
It is very good.
I have no notes. I have no commentary on this one. This picture speaks for itself.
I mean, it looks like he already took a bullet.
This one, however, I felt was less clear in like a useful way.
What?
Yeah, this looks familiar.
I feel like there's a lot of situations where sometimes you look at an image and you say, this is not useful, so I will choose this one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want it to be easy, and sometimes you pick the most unhinged one.
Like the Grover
This
one,
is
I
the one that
specifically
is-
tried to choose the one that was the least Grover.
The most the one that is the least true to the prompt.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that I had that level of coherency. I am always just picking the one that has just done the most awful job of representing what I put in.
Right. I mean, I think all these different ideas work, and that's why I think this segment always works so well, is because we all have a different way of interpreting what worst even means. Some of it's just like, it's not aesthetically pleasing, and some of it's like, I want to cause problems on purpose.
Yeah.
Language
Exactly.
is imprecise, and I will make it everyone's problem.
So, Sanguinary saw this picture and thought,
Oh, boy.
what did you think?
I think it was something of Barney at a funeral with a bunch of people wearing Barney masks, or to the like.
If I had seen what you saw in this image, I would have absolutely picked it because of how much it derailed you. You said that you saw it as Barney serving as a pallbearer, and I think it's just fantastic how quickly that took it off the rails. Just
It just looks like a funeral.
No, I didn't even see. I saw 3 guys this side. I did not see what you saw, which was 3 guys carrying a casket, and I love that.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It like now that you hear it and you look at it, you're like, yeah, those are 3 guys carrying a casket.
I have a new request for my funeral.
Barney the dinosaur
Has to attend, yeah.
Yeah, okay, has to be there.
We loved you. You loved us.
Did I get the wrong picture? Was this your picture? I'm now second guessing myself. I'm gun shy.
I'm pretty sure this was the awful one, the second awful one. So
Okay.
let me double check here. Yeah, I have a couple ones that I saved that were just fun.
No, this is the best one.
Yeah, this was your
That's the
best
best
one.
one.
Yeah, this
that's the best
is the one you believed most encompass the idea of Barney serving as a pallbearer for Barney with other men with Barney masks.
Look, there had to be a lot of them. It looked like funeral attire, and it just looked like a sad situation.
I'm not questioning your rationale.
I'm questioning my own rationale.
I feel like we're fully down the rabbit hole
Yeah,
at this point.
at this
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
yeah. So this was, oh god.
Yeah, this was it was a funeral, but more like a Mormon one, and this is afterward where you're just loaded up and hazed on funeral potatoes, and you don't remember what you're looking at.
One of those is the cook holding a mask in its head, and the other is one of the guys from the VeggieTales.
Yeah, the VeggieTales kind of vibe.
It really did not like the word mask. It did some terrible things with that.
This is horrifying.
Yeah.
This is entering into like that body horror territory. Love it. That's not a criticism. That's a compliment.
There's a
I
lot to
don't
unpack
even know how you moved forward with this. I feel like I would just stare at this in shock for like an hour.
Well, it looked a lot like Joe Biden to me.
No. Absolutely, oh no.
I see it!
Okay. So that ends up being politicians introduce increasingly worse Barney bootlegs.
I tried to be just doing Joe Biden, but
Yeah.
it just kept having like a very normal picture of Joe Biden, like normal by crayon standards on
Sure.
the left, and then just Barney on the right.
Joe
So I had
Biden
to
and his
change it to
normal
the
5
generic
faces.
politicians.
Yeah, so that gave us this.
Oh god. That Barney's up to no good.
That is SCP
God.
Barney. That's SCP Barney.
This Barney's about to have to defend himself in the courtroom.
This is a Barney that's been released out of an ancient tomb, and like they took out the stake, and everyone's like, "No, man, I wouldn't take out the stake," and they're like, "No, this is a great idea."
This
And
is
then
Barney being subpoenaed to show up in front of the House of Representatives subcommittee on children's television.
Oh my god.
They didn't listen to Mr. Rogers, so they had to send someone in worse.
We brought the heavy hitter.
I don't think you understand how important public broadcast education is for children, and I'm here to make sure that you do.
It looks like a sentient yet empty Barney costume.
Oh god.
It's
Yeah,
it's like deflated and has no eyes, and it just looks like someone left the Barney costume sitting out and it just stood up.
The upper jaw is about to rotate 80 degrees backwards, and a plague of locusts is about to consume the world over the land.
You've created something special here, Red, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
This, however, was the worst one.
What? What?
Oh my god.
Who is that?
I was like simultaneously sad and relieved that I didn't have to send this to anyone.
I felt the same way.
Angry bird.
I felt the same way about the mermaid one. I'm like, I'm so glad no one needs this.
Crayon, what office does that fursona hold?
What? This is like Zootopia, but now we're getting into like the inner workings of the city government.
Zootopia 7.
Oh god.
in Ward 6 or something.
Oh my god. Well, I'm losing my fucking mind.
My body hurts.
I'm exhausted. This is it. That's the last of our prompts. We got through all of it.
Oh,
Really? That was
we
it?
survived?
That was all 8 threads of clown to clown communication. We finished Dipshit Dungeon. We finished The Big Deal.
We did it.
It's such a gauntlet, but it's like enjoyable in every single portion.
I know.
Part
I'm
of
gonna be
it.
hoarse tomorrow from laughing too much.
Yeah.
Only took 90 minutes for this segment. Oh fuck! Oh right. I said it wouldn't take 2 hours. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking 90 minutes is longer than the 60 minutes I usually allocate for these segments.
Well, we did detour into like the bonus round with Grover in the Siberian prison complex.
I
which
really
we
wish I had those extra pictures of the Barrel of Monkeys one. They were very good. I may pull them off my laptop and post them to like the AI art channel on my Discord or post them on Twitter or something. I'll make sure that if you want to see them, you can see them. There were a lot of really good ones. It was just such a good prompt for creating like a striking visual style.
Do we want to do like some plugs because we're coming to the end of this?
Yeah, we are definitely at the end of this. So if anyone wants to plug their stuff in any order, whoever wants to go.
I guess I'll lead on.
Hit
This
us.
is what I do now. I have quit my job. This is the thing that I would like to do, but I would also like to continue living inside of buildings and eating food.
It's messed up.
I know that it is a little bit tired, and I'm sure people are like, oh yes, another creator with a Patreon, but hey all, I have a Patreon. It would be really great if I didn't have to worry about some of these things. I'm just gonna drop the link right here.
I'm pretty sure
Also-
I'm pretty sure I'm one of your patrons, and you should support Wobbly. Wobbly posts good stuff on there. Wobbly does a lot of really interesting creative work, and I think one of the things that's really challenging on Twitch is that while there is a market for and a community for like creative work, like non-standard Twitch content, it doesn't often produce financially all that well. And so if you have good creative content creators that you like, please support them. This is not a plug for me, by the way. This is not like me trying to convince you to support me specifically. Please, I have enough money. Please go support my friends like Wobbly Python. Dr. Dubs has a Patreon. I'm sure Rum Rusher might have something. I have so many great creative friends who are doing cool things. Like people like Smite, who's making Arcade Pit and has for like the last 10 years, and Ty Tuesday doing some of his like wild content farm stuff. Like, if you have a content creator you like who is doing creative stuff and you want them to continue pursuing those creative outlets, the only way most of them can do it is if the financial disincentive doesn't show up by the funding pathways disappearing. So
And then also,
Go ahead.
and I was gonna say, like, you'd think you might have to be like a Medici to fund an artist, but that's really not the case. It's everyone, even contributing like a little bit over,
Honestly,
like spread over a lot of people, will do so much more than you think.
It's objectively better. I will tell you straight right now that if 100 people gave me $1 and just said, hey, keep doing what you're doing, Tiger, show us some weird video games we've never seen, let's play a couple more books, crack open a Commodore 64 emulator and let's input some lines of code, let's go, dog, is so much better to me than one guy showing up with $100 in hand saying, hey, I would like 2 hours of your time to do art, because I was already gonna do art. That's the surprise. Every single dollar is super real to me, and it is so much better than getting that high dollar commission.
Plus, it gives like a sense of security. Like, you don't have to worry about pleasing one guy. Like, if a couple people drop their pledges, then it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I don't think that there is a single person in like the circle of creators that y'all are already attracted to, between like Smite, Author Blues, Red, Sanguinary, myself, the people who are trying to find new, weird, avant-garde, neo-PBS garbage to show you, that would not agree.
So I will plug myself briefly.
Yeah.
My name is Red, also known as Pretty Pink Pansy. You may know me as the resident artist of the stream. I've done a bunch of assets for Auth.
Red has done so much for my stream.
If you've seen the ending screen with like Bubsette in bed or most of the emotes, those are things I'm responsible for. I'm making a video game. I'm making a Princess Maker clone.
Yes.
I post about it on Twitter and also a blog, and sometime soon, I'm going to be setting up a Patreon, so look
But
up
for
for
right
that.
now, they have a coffee.
Yes.
Oh,
Right now, I
coffee?
do have a Ko-fi.
Sorry, is that how you pronounce it? Kofi? Anyway.
Coffee. I don't know, but you
It's a
can
gift,
throw
yeah.
money there. You can request art, but I'm very, 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 very like months behind on them, so I wouldn't expect it or do anything like time sensitive.
Again, straight up, that like monthly dollar is straight up better than the actual like commission most of the time.
So
For this
yeah,
exact
that's about it for me.
Sanguinary?
Yeah, my name is Sanguinary Novel. Kind of in a weird zone / TM right now. Just in a weird zone. You can find me on Twitter at Sanguinary Novel, and then you can also see my portfolio at Glitch Prismatic. I'm kind of finishing up some very late commissions right now, and then after that, I don't know. So
Sanguinary
I'll figure it
did amazing work for Skybills. If you've been by her stream recently, her layout for Ironmon was done by Sanguinary, and it looks absolutely fantastic. As well as another layout that she hasn't used yet, but the Speedrain layout, Sanguinary also knocked that one out of the park. And I don't know if Sanguinary is planning on continuing to have commissions open or whatever, but incredible work, and check out her portfolio.
yeah, I mean, I've got my hi Ferdinand, thanks bud. I have my email open, and I also have my DMs open. And if you do want something like layouts or graphic design related, just give me a heads up.
Sanguinary's incredibly professional and talented. She's done a lot of the layouts for AI Art Party as well, and they've all been killer.
Mm-hmm. Man.
I'm Author Blues. I guess I really don't have to plug myself all that much on my own stream, but
Who the fuck is this guy?
I am trying to
I love that guy.
I am trying to like get back to doing more creative outlets. Like the Dashing Through Trash was super fun, and starting like a new YouTube channel has been a really rewarding experience. I mean, I've always just kind of been a let's play a video game and chat kind of guy, but I am trying to channel more of those creative outlets. So I've got like I'm working on another Llama Lana lore video.
Yes.
Doing Llama Lana 2. Working on getting that set up. I plan to do more streams of reading, so I want to read Dante's Inferno some more. I just kind of been languishing on that one as well. But like, I want to do more of those sorts of outlets, working with friends to do cool stuff. I collaborate with a ton of people who are super talented, and I'm so lucky to get to work with them. So
I'm one of them.
Mickey, how did you get here?
in short, if you have an artist you like, consider supporting them. Not everyone has the money to be able to support people, and that's fine. Showing up to streams and retweeting their work and getting them some attention is
massive,
very helpful as well. But if you have the money to spend, just know that it's not necessarily always about the financial incentive, but just removing that financial disincentive of, I guess I have to go do something else to make ends meet, can really make it possible for more of those creative outlets to be channeled.
Also, the queen is dead.
The queen is dead.
Ding dong, the queen is dead.
Rest in piss. Well,
Way to end it.
No, we're still hot.
Okay.
I just got really tired of listening to upbeat music, and they were like, "The Queen's dead," and I'm like, that feels like maybe I should pull the game show music.
Yeah.
Go into dead silence. Now we're having the Queen's experience, where it's a black screen.
God.
Look, when you throw the queen into the void something you.
I might just want to play that like Thatcher's tech base, in celebration.
We joke a lot, but from the AI art party team, our condolences go out to the former colonies of the UK and the time off they're going to get from work for the dead monarch.
Yeah, the queen can't make you work right now. Take advantage of it.
Yeah,
Take
so
back
Move in
your
8
relics.
directions, you're free. You're free.
So if you get a day off, shout outs to Queen Elizabeth
Shout
or
outs
whatever.
Shout outs to all the British.
also-
with their little crumpets and
keep
their-
in mind-
No.
I don't know when they're going to be doing the funeral, but I imagine it's probably going to be pretty soon. It'll be a pretty big to-do in Great Britain, so while they're all focusing on that, run in with your bags to the British Museum and take back your country shit.
Hell yeah.